Well, hello there, and welcome back to the second installment of the Struggle of BOHESUS. Last time, I believe I left you with a bit of a cliffhanger, didn't I? Well, I'll try not to keep you too long, as I'm sure you'd like to know what happens next, right? But please, before I do, make sure you click those like buttons, smash all those buttons, and make sure you hit that bell to get notifications of when I put out more content for you to see here on my channel. I'm Kinda Sketchy on YouTube.com. Okay, so last week, let's see, there was a fire and war and, yeah, I'm teasing. I know where we left off. I'm only teasing. I got a script right here. Through the haze of smoke, BOHESUS saw a shadow, a figure, with a slow, stammering gait. BOHESUS cautiously neared the phantasm, and he could hear a dragging foot against the ashy cobbled street. BOHESUS could tell it was a female, but he couldn't identify her quite yet. BOHESUS came close and gripped the woman's left arm and carefully, yet firmly. She turned to face him. Her eyes were filled with fright, as she still lives in the moment that BOHESUS just missed. She winced, as she did not recognize BOHESUS yet. In her mind, he was a raider. Still, in her terror. "Sora," pleaded BOHESUS. "Where is Sarap?" It was his beloved's sister. Somehow, through all the haze of war and violence, Sora had survived. She survived the horde. She stands in shock. "Are you okay?" BOHESUS draws her close and looks out. Death and smoke fill the air as a stench fills his nostrils. "Sarap, I saw them." She pauses. "Yes?" BOHESUS asks slowly. "They took Sarap, and she starts to weep. Ash-coated cheeks ran with muddy tears. "They took them all," sobbing. The children." Slaves. But who had taken his people? His Sarap. Through the smoke and rubble, BOHESUS saw a metal gleam through some smoldering hay. He walks over to the pile of smoldering hay and pulls a blade. The sword was gleaming in the flames, and he knew it well. There was a body under the hay. He knew it must be a man he knew once, since he was a youth. He bends down and brushes the hay away to find a face. It was Samsoth. It was his childhood friend, slaughtered by the raiders. The town had been taken by surprise. It must have been. All the men in town dead, but with no weapons or armor. Horror and rage filled BOHESUS' heart and mind. His blood boiled as he gripped Samsoth's blade in his writhing hand. "They came in the morning, when the fishmonger was still returning with the morning nets," started Sora as she gripped BOHESUS' waist as he rode with her through the echoing streets of the town of Red Rock. Bodies and rubble mixed as BOHESUS turned his direction to his homestead. That was a farm on the other edge of Red Rock town. The smell of the morning honeysuckle hadn't even left the hills yet. Their drums echoed and carried on as they rushed our quiet town, uttered Sora, as she clung tightly to BOHESUS' waist. BOHESUS asked calmly, "Which way did they go?" "They came like a fireworm, drums beating." "Where did they go? North?" BOHESUS asked again. "They left down the road to the salt flats of Dragonia." BOHESUS' eyes narrowed. Dragonia had been a land of the Dragonians, a noble race, a reserved race, too noble to raid a Dargart township. And besides, Dragonians would not travel through the woodlands. They'd fill the skies. But why would a raider head to the salt flats, and who were they? So that's all I have time for today, kiddos, and come back next week and find out what BOHESUS and Sora will do in our next installment here on I'm Kinda Sketchy on YouTube.com. I am Logan Campbell. I'm your artist, and I'm kinda sketchy, and I'll catch you laters.